Welcome, dear viewer. This is Derpy, and this is an example that I wanted to show off of an invasion where the host did not want to fight and used blues to do his dirty work. Now, as an experienced invader, you probably have already encountered this type of host. If you're new to invasions or you don't invade very frequently, and if you find yourself in this, I kind of wanted to make this video to kind of help you out or give you some satisfaction, I guess, some karmic justice, gosh dang it. Because this invasion took an hour and 23 minutes. I actually recorded this in 3 separate instances because I had it set to where if I press record, it only, the maximum amount that I could record was 30 minutes, so I had to chop it off here and there. But rest assured, I was exhausted after this invasion. I was goodness gracious. It's important to keep in mind when you're doing these longer invasions and that you can't find the host or phantom or whatever, don't get mad. It does not help if you get frustrated and you just get set off by like the tiniest things. It's important to keep a calm mind because it keeps you focused and it keeps you like on your toes and sharp. And I'm glad I had this invader with me. This invader with his jolly attitude kept me going, man. I was, at first I was getting frustrated, but afterwards I was getting a little more, I was kind of not so much frustrated or even mad. I was just getting more so like determined to find this host because like in the places that I thought he would be, that would make sense. He wasn't there, and I was like, okay, this is not your typical average hiding host. But for me, if a host is hiding, I just get like I get frustrated at first, but then I get I'll play hide and seek all day. I will try and find you, and because I want to shut that down, because I don't want any other invader to have to deal with that and get slaughtered by blues or not be able to find the host and get tired and just leave. So I wanted to get rid of this host in any way I could. Just try and find any sign of him. And I looked all across. I looked from the beginning of the level to the end of the level to the butt crack of the map, and I could not find him. The invader or the invaders that showed up in this invasion, there were about 4 more invaders that helped me out. They either died or they black crystal out, and that's understandable because as an invader you don't want to be dealing with the hide and seek. But for me, I don't care. For an invasion, I'm up for whatever. A duel, a proper invasion, hide and seek, I don't care. Because after invading for a little bit, and I haven't even been invading as some of the other, people that are on YouTube. For me, I don't care. Like, if you want to, like, disconnect, do whatever, I'm not saying that's right. I think that's pretty garbo. But, for me, I don't really much care unless you really, really get on my nerves, and, then I'll get mad. But it's important when you're invading to just kind of, like, just keep in mind that this is a game, dude. Like, this is a game. Like, we're all here to, like, at the end of the day, we're all playing a video game that we like, and we just want to, like, goof around and maybe troll, I guess, some people. But, at the end of the day, it's just a game. You can be passionate about it and all that, but, don't let it frustrate you to a point where you're just, like, you just get bitter and stuff, It's to relax. Though invasions in Dark Souls 3 are pretty frustrating in and of themselves. But a couple of things that you should keep in mind when you encounter a hiding host is 2 things. One, they could be using the Chameleon or White Branch to disguise themselves as an object and hide in the level. So if they are doing that, if you suspect them doing that, then you want to hit any object in the level. It may take a while, but eventually you probably will find them, unless they're doing the second thing. The second thing they could do is they could be using the gestures to hide, curl up and lay down or whatever. They could do that and like be in a corner and you probably won't even find them. In some of this footage, you'll probably see my camera kind of jerk around when I'm looking around. That's because I'm trying to locate the host if they are gesturing. Because I'm pressing the button to lock on. If you're playing PS4, that's the R3 button or your analog. And I don't know what this blue was doing. His people needed him. But if they're hiding and they're not using Chameleon, they're probably either using the gesture or something else. So I use the lock on just in case. If I do somehow run past him, then at least like I'll walk onto him and I found him. So that's another thing you could do. There's some other things you could do to try and well, I guess hide the fact that you locked onto him. I don't know what those things are, but I've seen a couple of people do it. I don't know how it goes, but you can do that if you want. But this host was a very laggy fellow. So I get frustrated at hosts when they lag like this. I'm just like, man, shoot. But I'm just glad that this invader with me is, he's a good fellow, and if he is here, he didn't make it, man. He didn't make it. I wish he did, because we were here for such a long time, but he eventually got taken out. But if he somehow stumbles across this video, I want you to know, man, we got him. We got him. But man, there is other invaders too, but they didn't last as long as he did. But we like, dude, if you're watching this, man, GG, we got him. We got him. Don't worry. There is justice. But if you notice the length of the video, you'll probably notice, how is it this long? I mean, the host looks pretty much done. The invader got the backstab, and it seems finished. And if I died right here, that's when I would have been salty. I would have been frustrated if I died right there. But unfortunately, he was not the host. I got bamboozled, because not many blues that I've seen ever use Untrue Dark Ring. So that was a surprise for me, and I was sad at that point. But the invader that I had, man, bless his heart, he made me happy again. he made me just laugh again, because we do that dumb prism stone on elevator thing. But unfortunately, when we split up again to try and find the host, he died while we were trying to look for the host. So that was unfortunate. But I went in the direction of where his souls went into my character. That's another tip I guess I can give, is that where the souls enter your character, go in that direction, because it will tell you where a group is most of the time, unless like they fell off a cliff or something. So like if you notice a phantom died or a dark spirit died, and like you noticed where the souls came from, like if they came from behind you, then it would be a good idea to go behind and go in that direction. But it won't always lead you to a host or something. Sometimes it could just be like some random thing that happened, like them falling off a cliff. The weapons that I'm using is the Ring Knight Straight Sword and Black Knight Glaive. I haven't been talking about them because I'm gonna include that in the next video that I'm working on right now, is the invasion campaign at Lothar Castle. But this session, this invasion took place after the recording that I did, so I just wanted to upload this because it was pretty fast for what it was and stuff. But and in the invasion campaign, I'll go over like pseudo combos and things to keep in mind, and other things such as that nature, and like I guess some strategies here and there that I kind of employ. But one of the things that I like about the Black Knight Glaive is the unique R2s. It's actually one of the glaives in like that I feel that the two-handed R2 is actually better than a typical glaives R2. That's the Spinneroonie. I don't particularly like that one. The glaives R2 one-handed is actually pretty decent. The right to left sweep is actually pretty decent. Nice parry by the blue. He was pretty good. But I don't like the glaives two-handed R2. And for the Black Knight Glaive, I don't particularly like the one-handed R2 that much, so it's actually kind of reverse in that instance. But the two-handed R2 for the Black Knight Glaive is actually pretty useful because it combos into the R1, and you know, you can do another pseudo combo after that, but I don't know if it combos into the weapon art, which could also be a thing too, but I doubt it. But I'm not gonna get too in depth about it, but needless to say, I like this weapon. It's very fun to use, and I feel, you know, if Gunders had like, if Gunders just had a unique moveset like that and not just a unique weapon art and that's it, then I would have loved that halberd even more. But for right now, halberd, or my favorite halberd, or at least glaive, is definitely the Black Knight Glaive. But anyways, the other invader black crystal out a couple of minutes later, so I was left to fend off against a couple of blues, and this is the last encounter I had with the blue, and I'm glad I did what I did, but it was pretty cowardly on my part. But at this point in an invasion, when you're just so invested in trying to defeat the host, you know, kind of your morals that you have in an invasion kind of go off, if any you have. So I kind of play a little cowardly in this, so, you know, if you're in my shoes, if you were in my shoes at that instance, I'm sure you would understand. But at this point, I really just wanted to find the host. At least find him, you know. I didn't have to kill him, I just wanted to find him, and I just wanted to stay alive in any way I could. And the invader was trying to take care of the other blue, and I was trying to take care of the other. And I was thinking, man, the other invader seems, you know, experienced for the most part. I mean, he's using a Murakumo, so he should be pretty well fended off against the other blue. And the blue kind of spams into me a little bit, but unfortunately the red did die against him. So at this point, I just wanted to live, and I ran off. So, you know, you can shame me all you want, but gosh dang it, I wanted to find this host. Okay, so I apologize for playing cowardly, but I really just wanted to find him, and I'm glad that the elevator was here. I was just going on a limb. I could have died right here, but I'm just thankful that I didn't. I actually circled around and was trying to get either a preemptive strike or see if like they separated or something, and you know, still looking for the host, still, you know, locking on, seeing if he was around here or something. But you know, if you do find yourself in a hide and seek situation, good luck. I wish you good luck from the bottom of my heart as an invader. And just remember to have patience. It doesn't help if you're mad and get upset. And just keep those tips in mind that I mentioned, unless you already know them, in which case, you know, good for you. But, you know, patience pays off. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you liked what you saw, then stick around. This has been Derpy. I'll see you guys later.